Hi, everybody. This is just a review of our November 10th class to discuss what we did and go over what assignments are due the next few weeks and what you need to be accountable for that you missed on Thursday. I am looking at our module that's November 10th class meeting that's in the Canvas course, and I will be working out this November 10th agenda. Just a few announcements here to start out. Let me increase the size of the page here. First announcement, Ed Camposo was last Saturday, so that's already done. We had a great little conference, saw some members of our class there. If you weren't able to attend, hope that you'll be able to maybe, when life isn't so crazy, attend one of those in the future, including our USEC conference in March. Our Tech a la carte courses are continuing for a few more weeks, and there's the registration link. The Google certification, we've talked about this before. If you want a free exam voucher for your Google certification tests, you do need to take the MOOC class from UEN. Just be aware that those end the end of December. So if you registered now, you'd have to the end of December to complete that class. If you want a little more time, they are self-paced. You might want to wait till January. But those free exam vouchers is an ongoing perk for taking that class from UEN. So not only will you get the credit, the USBE credit, while you're preparing for the certification, they'll also pay for your certification. It's $10 for the Google One certification and $25 for the Google Two certification. They have recently changed the certification tests. We had somebody from our last endorsement group that just took it, was able to pass it easily. It is a lot of multiple choice now instead of kind of task based, and it takes a lot less than the 3 hours that it used to take. Just some upcoming dates. Our discussion 2 is due this week on Wednesday, December 1st. There's the CS First assignment. We're actually going to do that in class, so don't worry about that now. But there's a discussion that you need to do in preparation for that class. If you've looked at it before and then you looked at it now, you'll notice that it's changed a little bit. I changed the resource, updated the resource to look at. Also on December 1st, your PLN Choice Board is due. And then on the 8th, you should have your professional development completed and the reflection on what you did submitted. I did send this out to you in an email, but here is the registration information for our spring course. We did change the day to Thursdays. I know that will create some conflicts for some of you. Just please try to do your best to mitigate those, knowing those dates in advance to be able to maybe work around those the best that you can. Since our class only meets 6 times, like to make the most of those person-to-person meetings. So again, we'll have the same policy that you'll be excused for school assignments and you'll have one personal the absent that a date that you can be absent. But again, for either of those situations, that you are responsible for all of the work. All right, we did a little bell ringer. I don't know if it's connected. There's a link in here or not. I'm going to go back to the module to link to that. This was just a little let me see if I can find it here. I'm going to go back to the module. Sorry. So just watch this little screencast about the new at function in Google Docs. And then we just took time to exploring what it could do. I'll just give you a little preview right here. I'm going to open a new doc. You've probably seen this pop up on your documents, but you'll notice when you start typing, there's this little at to insert. This isn't going to show on your documents. You don't need to delete it. It's just kind of grayed out. But if I select at, I can put anybody's name. If I put that name in, like if I put Charles in my document, when somebody clicked on Charles, they'd be able to email him directly from here, send a message through Google Chat, start a video call through Google Meet, or create a calendar event. If I schedule the calendar event just by clicking on there, it would open my calendar and Charles would automatically be invited to that calendar event. So it's just kind of cool to be able to link that right into a document. So you could have somebody's contact information all there. So you could say, for more information, contact this person, or here's the people, that were here, at a meeting, and you'd have all their information. So that's one use with the people. I'm going to click add again. You can also put any recent files that you've used. These are the last two files that I accessed, but if I click on this caret out to the right, it will bring up more of my files. I haven't found a way to search for specific files, so it would just be one that you already have up recently, but that makes it nice so you don't have to, like, if you want to link one document to another, you don't have to go back to that document, get the sharing URL, and paste it into your document. Go back to another. Anything that you in your insert menu you can add. So all of these you can add by just using the at button. So if I go at here and put it in one more time. And for the adding these, instead of scrolling down, I'll just usually start typing them in. So maybe I want to add an image, and now I have all my image options right here, just right on my page. I can choose my source. Again, it just saves a little time. I don't have to go up here and use my menus just by using that at button. So just play with that a little bit and see what you find out and can discover. That was just our little bell ringer exploratory thing we did at the beginning of class. Scrolling down here, we spent some time doing some personal interaction with and participation debrief. There's nothing really that you need to make up for that. We just shared out with each other some of the experiences that you had trying to add these elements into your lesson. So we'll just be reading what you turned in on your assignments on that. On the grant peer evaluation. So when I prepared this last week, Jamie and Tina, you hadn't turned in your grant narrative yet. So please turn that in. If you go to the assignment, you'll see that you've been assigned to peer reviews. Please also do that as soon as possible. But Jamie and Tina, people can't review your reviews until your grant narrative until you turn it in. So I didn't check today to see if those had been in, but please try to do that. To see the peer reviews, that'll show up in Gradebook. You'll see next to your grade, you'll see a little link for comments, and that's where your peer reviews will show up. We talked a little bit about EdChat because that happened November 10th, right after our meeting. So what I'd like you to do to kind of make up for that is I created this archive of our Twitter chat. So if you click on this, I created this in Wakelet. We talked about Wakelet earlier in one of our classes earlier. This is another functionality of Wakelet. You're able to capture things from Twitter. So just starting here, you can just scroll through and you can see all of the posts that people made. It might take a minute for it to load, like mine is here, but they're all there. And go through, and if you would email me, just I don't know how to have you confirm that you did this. but maybe share one of your favorite posts that somebody made. You could make a screenshot of it or just tell me about it. Just respond to that in this email, just as accountability, um, that you looked at that and took. So unless you actually, if you participated in the ed chat, you don't need to do that. But if you didn't participate in the ed chat Wednesday night, then please scroll through this Twitter, the archive of our chat, and as in response to this email that I'm going to be sending out the screencast in, just share with me your favorite tweet. We looked at the Triple E framework, which is another way of looking at effective technology exploration. This is the link to the page that Liz Cobb has created. Whoops, this is the wrong link. I'm going to actually give you, oh, no, it's not. I would go to this About tab, and it will tell you a little about the Triple E framework right here. And then there it talks about the engagement enhancement extension. But maybe just looking at, you could watch this on YouTube and maybe just do this, read this introduction that would pretty much cover what we talked about in class. And then we explored the engage, what it means to engage students. In a Nearpod, we did it class paced, teacher paced in class, but I created the same Nearpod in a student paced. So if you could just go in and participate in that. I think that covers it. Please let me know if you have any questions, and we'll see you on December 1st.